Hey, hey. We are here, January 1st. Let's join a rapid arena. Let's just keep it chill at the beginning here. Not sure why we got this black background. Oops. We'll fix that soon. Welcome in to the stream. We wait for our first game. This seems berserkable. 1500. First game of 2026. First chess game of 2026 for your GambitMan. As we start off with the berserk. Can we get a Goring Gambit? Looks like we can. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Gambit glasses? Mix it up a little bit with the glasses. Oh, we got a full acceptance of the Goring Gambit in our first chess game of 2026. This is cool. Knight h6. That is a funky but really intriguing move because it's possible with my bishop gone. From there, however, it defends f7, which is exactly what I wanted to attack. So I'm just going to castle while I think about things. It might be hard for you to move this bishop. But f7 is what I wanted to attack. This is an interesting idea. What do you do now? You play f6 to move it, then you're not castling. It's hard for me to make a threat, because that's... Okay, rook g8 allows you to move it, but your king's not getting out of the center. It's not actually solving your problems. I might play knight c3 now that this bishop is not at its most effective spot. This is even interesting. But let's just develop for now. This can't possibly be wrong. I mean, like, bishop c1 and, like, reattacking f7 could be interesting. But let's just play knight c3. So the bishop already served its job. This bishop was able to move anyway. So I have no qualms about blocking it. Happy New Year, K's and Gambits. Happy New Year indeed. Okay, bishop c5 played. Ordinarily, I'd knock him out with this, but it's protected. So what to do? I could play knight f4, knight d5. e5 is potentially the most intriguing because it plays against this pawn movement. I like that just kind of conceptually, e5. And I think my next move is going to be knight e4. Because again, the rook's already here, so I have served its purpose, I feel like. Also with e5, something I'm thinking about, I'm only realizing it now, but attacking h7 is on the table. That's kind of the one thing that's unprotected in this position. And I do feel like I might reroute this bishop at the opportune moment. But the main move I'm fighting against is d6, which I think is what they wanted to do. Because now a trade here not only opens the file, but I also have knight e4, putting more pressure on these points. So rook e1 makes sense. But so do a couple other things. I think I'm going to just play knight e4. Well, let's think here. So bishop comes out. Let me just kind of make a trade. Kind of seems like a no biggie if you're black. E4, bishop g4. Alright, let's do this. This seems annoying. This seems annoying to deal with. We're activating our pieces. This seems logical to do. No capture on e5 will happen. My next move is going to be probably rook e1. And this will open when I say so. that move, I think I just have check, but there's c6 is forced. But then you have problems on d6. Right? Yeah, I think this is not what you wanted. Let's see here. This can't possibly be what you wanted. So either your knight goes back, or you must play c6 to open a defense. I think if they move this bishop, then yeah, I was just going to play rook e1 and continuing to cause problems here. So 2 pawn sacrifice. Yes, c6 gave problems here, so knight c6. And now I think my rooks will just come beautifully to the middle of the board. Just beautifully to the middle of the board. Let's kick it off with a rook a to d1. Why not? Why not? I guess bishop d7 is inevitable. Alright, let's go rook f to e1. Both are good. But yeah, the rooks are just coming here and here. Rook a to d1. Yeah, bishop d7, I think, dealt with both pins. So d5. But I think I had rook here. I understand why you would want to do that, though, because this trade's not happening, which would get you. But rook a to d1 is a brutal pin onto your queen. Potentially you give the queen here. But just bishop e6 fortifying d5 looks logical, but this is hanging now, and my bishop wasn't. I think in this position you got 2 things hanging. If you play bishop b6, then I capture here. And then I also have really nice ideas like knight f6 check to reopen this if I really want to, which I was really considering exercising. And so now we've just got a lot of good stuff cooking here. We could make this trade. I think this is even stronger potentially. Bishop b5, bishop d7, potentially e6. And look how good all my pieces are, and I even collected a piece. So bishop a6 played. I could even take that pawn, but I'm probably just going to take here, because black's problem in this position is bishop d7 is impossible because the queen cannot recapture while also holding that defense. So king f8 played, and I think this is almost checkmate. Can I make it checkmate here? I guess takes, opens this square. This opens this square. So not quite, but this is still a very good move. And it's, like I said, just about checkmate. That is checkmate. That is checkmate. Really nice game. I think really good example there. My opponent tried to defend some stuff, but, you know, they were only able to just defend f7 or just defend g7. And it's like, okay, I still have a great position, and I still have a lot of other attacking possibilities there. So here, I think we have a nice little checkmate combo. Check, check. I guess the king can run to g6. Okay, let's go. Let's just take this, actually. Let's even keep this in tow. And I was thinking knight d7, queen takes e6 check. It's unnecessarily complicated. Alright, let's just take it. Just thinking about this. Check. And rook to e7. Really using all my guys. Check here. And this will be mate. This will be mate. With the bishop's defense here. I mean, all my pieces were so good. I had actually so many different checkmating combinations. And it's about time we found one of them. 14 seconds versus 7 minutes and change. But like I was saying, a really nice game where we just used all of our pieces. We kept improving everybody. What a way to kick off 2026 with the Goring Gambit. What a way to kick off 2026. I'll just pre-move this while my opponent stalls out. But here, knight c6, d4. We gave a pawn. We gave a second pawn. The Goring Gambit, distinct from the Danish, because my opponent didn't have d5 as an... Oh, my time is running. It didn't do the pre-move. Okay. We can check that real quick. But I think this was a great example on how to attack. I think this was a really nice example on how to attack. And the engine agrees, giving me a 97 accuracy with a 23 average centipawn loss. Not too shabby. So in the game here with d4, we give another pawn. And why I like this much more than the Danish gambit, I'll talk a little bit more about the opening at the end here. But they took both my pawns and played this interesting move, knight to h6, which I'm not sure I've faced before. You can go to me. So I've had this position 21 times, 62% win rate. And h6, I've had it 0 times. Really interesting. So it's an interesting move because ordinarily the knight can't come there because the bishop will just take it and ruin everything. But it does defend f7, which is the thing I wanted to attack with something like queen b3, hitting f7, dragging their queen out to an awkward spot, and then that's maybe when I'll drop the hammer with knight d5. But they play it right away, so I'm just like, okay, castling, rook to g8. So it's like, it's really overreaction kind of moves, right? I understand why you're doing it. You're defending f7, you're defending g7. That's what my bishops were trying to attack, yes, but my position's so good. Like, my pieces are all so active. I have so many open files and diagonals, and my king is so safe that you can defend just these specific things, but my position's so good that I'll just find something else. I'll just find something else with my resources. Like, it's the whole position that's good. It's not just the one thing. That's kind of the point I'm making. And so you're overreacting to this one thing while not solving the larger problem of your king, right? You're not any closer to castling. And so I just kind of make these natural moves. Knight c3, really easy move to make. Ordinarily, a drawback is blocking this bishop, but you've already played rook to g8. So I have no problem with blocking that bishop. Bishop c5 and e5 is another move I have no problem making because I know your only way out at this point is to play d6 and to get out there. That's the only way that you'll then be up just 2 pawns, right? If your king is safe and out of the center of the board, you can't castle. You've played rook to g8. So now I'm playing e5. I am making it that much harder for you to play d6. So now when you do play d6, rook e1, he takes d6. These were all totally fine moves because I'm coming down to your king. But now here come like the big trades and knight to e4. Another nice move, opening everything here. Lots of pressure. Just easy stuff, improving my position. Knight to e5, I can just check you and send you right back to where you came. That's not helpful. But I mean, it's hard to recommend something like bishop g4 looks like a good move, but just something like rook to e1. And with all this opening, this is really, really tough stuff, and over +3 in this position. Knight to a5, playing the game, check, you go right back to where you came from. Both rooks were good moves, rook e1, play d5. I mean, d5 isn't the reason you lost this game. It's just not the reason you lost this game. With both rooks coming here, and with knight takes c5 coming, knight to f6 check, like I said, is also on the table. I've just got so many threats, and like this was like I'm ignoring these. I'm ignoring this, and I'm just causing new problems for you because your king is right there. So all the pieces come to the game so beautifully. Everything is hanging in this position. All my pieces are doing great jobs. I just eat that up, and I just take here, and bishop a3. I don't know. I missed a faster checkmate. Knight to g5 was a checkmate. I was looking at this. Takes anyway. Nice game. First game of 2026. Nice scoring Gambit victory in 24 moves. Subscribe. Thank you, thank you. Is that a Lewis Carroll reference? Jakerwalkie. Chat, can you explain to me what you're talking about? For the uncultured swine over here? Thank you, Desert Lightning. Thank you, Kai. How much is my YouTube income? Nothing crazy, bro. Nothing crazy. Just what YouTube sends me in ad revenue. You guys could subscribe and become a super if you're on YouTube, if you wanted. In which case, you get all the cool emotes and your chat messages are highlighted. If you want to support the channel. Really nothing crazy. I think if I put it in terms of per hour, it will be laughably low. Below minimum wage. However, that's not why I do it. It's not why I do it. I do it because I love it. The fact that there is income at all is just a bonus. Not a second gambit. Not a deceiver gambit. Oh, baby. Oh, yes. The en passant. Truly the deceiver. The D and the E. You want to hit the C as well? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What a way to kick off the new year. First, we had the full Goring acceptance, and now this. Chat. E5. D takes E5. D5. The only reason... Well, that's not true. But this is such an awesome line. But if they play something like knight to f3, for example, I go here, and then I go g5, and I go h5. Oh my god, I'll have to show you after the game. This is awesome. This is awesome. They took all the pawns? They took all the pawns? Okay, we have to go here to not get mated. We have to go here not to get mated. But I love this. I love this. They go e takes d6. That's 2 pawns up. They think we're finally going to take one. We go, no, queen to f6. Thank you very much for access right there. What do we got? Okay, bishop e3, because the queen is attacking here and here. You know what else she was attacking? Right there. Boom. Bishop e3 actually is sensible and makes more sense than bishop g3. Yeah, I think it's because of this move, right? So now knight takes d2, you don't have to go king takes d2 because your queen is busy defending that rook, right? So at least you have bishop takes. Okay, I'm not really remembering the move. Because if I go here, knight f3, it might be that. But knight c3, is it this? Then I trap the rook? I gotta have better than that, though. I feel like that might be the move. Bishop b4. This feels like a... Oh, maybe that's the line. Maybe that's the line, chat. Bishop b4. Could be the move. Could be the move. It's probably this. It's probably trapping the rook. But, okay, let's do this. Because what I really want is this, and then knight takes d2, and then takes a knight f3 checkmate. That would be the coolest checkmate. But, yeah, because otherwise, it's actually a good move. Because otherwise, then I take it, and then I gotta go king takes d2. I'm trying to force a king takes d2 situation. Okay, rook c1. But then you're trapped with knight c3! Oh... Oh, wow. Wait. You have here? But okay, I can grab the rook. I could do something like really nasty. But I don't even have a threat. Knight f3. I could just take it. Just be like a... Okay, but yeah, but the point is queen takes, you defend. Okay, but knight c3, you're trapped. You're trapped. This is crazy. This goes crazy. So rook b1. Yeah, I mean, I'll just grab the rook. I'm not down a piece or anything. I'm just down like a couple of pawns. So if I grab a full rook, I think we're pretty good. I think we're pretty good, chat. In fact, I could just take it like this. I don't even have to trade queens. Give me that rook. Give me that rook. We're not trading queens. You can't take it. This is pinned. This is brutal. Now we're going to trade on d2. You could take with the queen now if you want. There's no rook to defend. I took it. There's no rook to defend. I took it. No! I'm going to come back and retrap your queen. I just trapped your queen again. I just trapped it again. I went here and they sacrificed the rook because they could. And then I came back and trapped it again. Oh my goodness. Oh, give me that bishop. The queen is still trapped. This didn't help. You're just sending more and more pieces to your death. They're not even saving the queen. Oh my goodness. This was the meanest game of all time. This was the meanest game of all time. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my goodness. What a deceiver gambit, chat. D takes e5, d5. Okay, wait. Let me talk a little bit more about this opening in a second. I just want to look at this game. So e takes d6 they play, which everyone does. Everyone does, but it's such a mistake. Wait, how have people done against me here? How have people done it? I just want to pull up the me. Oh, I've only had this position one time. We played knight d2 and they lost. I think I played this more on chess.com, I guess. Okay, so e takes d6. I've never even had an e takes d6 on Lee Chess. Historic moment. Historic moment. Well, people are playing this. Look how many games there are now. I remember when I made this video, there were like no games in this position at all. But people are doing it. Queen f6 here. What an awesome move. What an awesome move. I love this idea. I love queen f6 attacking here and here. I use this idea in the von Poppeel gambit. I use this idea in the Budapest Grafe gambit. If you guys are fans of my channel, check it out. So it's like this idea here of sacrificing this pawn, and then we attack this pawn. They come out to defend it. We play our f6, so we go queen takes, and we go boom, boom. I love that little attack, and it's an annoying fork to deal with because it's so random, and people aren't prepared for it. And then in the von Poppeel with white here, so at this position, we also use it, same idea. We play f3, and queen takes f3. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. So I love that idea. And the other idea I love, because this combines two things that people don't really realize how strong they are. Oh, well, I'll talk more about that in a moment. But so queen to f6 here. Okay, and they throw in a d takes c7 just for good measure. Just knight to c6, which is a sick move. It's a sick move because we're just like, no, 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 no. You can take all my pawns. You can take all my pawns. We're 3 pawns down in this position, and this is winning. We're 3 pawns down, and this is winning. Bishop e3 is a reasonable choice. I will say, it's a reasonable choice because it implies some sort of logic to thinking this out. It's much more logical than bishop g3, and it's even more logical than pawn e3, I would say. Because bishop e3, okay, you're dealing with this, right? You're dealing with this problem. But now I go queen takes b2 and knight d2. So it like makes some sort of sense because you're trying to be able to go bishop takes d2 in this position, right? You don't want to go king takes d2 and then just get killed right away because you realize you can't go queen takes because the rook is hanging. So you bring the bishop there. It's an awkward spot, yes, but it keeps you alive for the moment. And it looks like there's a way out. It looks like there's a way out. By the way, the move I played was the second best move. The best move, was knight to b4, threatening this, which is too strong to ignore, even if you do this. Just take, and then I just kill you. So you can't do that. Rook to c1, and then knight to c3. You need to coax the rook to c1, and then knight to c8. Fortunately, I got that anyway, so I played bishop b4. The best move was knight to f3, just reinforcing here. And this is what I was going to do. Yeah, castle, and then just try to kind of add more. Just like bishop out here, add more with the rooks. The pawn actually annoyingly takes away the square for the moment, but just add more pressure here while you sit there and suffer. So you can't develop 3 pawns up. In the game, rook c1, and I go knight to c3. I understand rook to c1 because it's like there's a big trade happening here, and you want queen takes d2. So you want to be able to defend your rook. They were aware of this idea. But rook to c1, the problem is I go knight to c3 and trap you. Rook to b1 was reasonable somewhat. I was going to go queen to a3, but I do actually, or queen takes a2 is also totally fine. And yeah, I mean, it does set up knight to c3 with a fork. So I understand rook to c1, but the problem is that the queen is trapped. They were so focused on my knight just hitting here, it has another brutal idea. And look how dreadful your development is as white. You have not made one kingside move, and all your queenside pieces you've developed are just hectically placed. You're completely uncoordinated, and your queen is out of squares. Your queen is flat out of squares, trapped on her starting square by a knight on move 9 of the game. And rook to b1 just makes a bad problem worse, because it does not save the queen. I just take it and then come right back, which is so brutal. Bishop d4 also does not save the queen. Wow, move 12 resignation. So the queen is still trapped in this position, and I'm just up a rook and a bishop. So that goes crazy. What was I going to say? So a better option for white in this position is e3, just for the record here. So e3 is playable. Queen takes b2, because you're not trapped, right? So well, you have to be willing to defend this. King takes d2, and then just, like, run with your king. I mean, the engine wants not even bishop b4, but, like, knight to c3, and then just, like, trapping the rook kind of in this position in the endgame. Just like picking up the exchange. So, because yeah, I'm only down a couple of pawns. Like, it's not like I'm down a piece for this attack even. So, that goes crazy. What if they don't go e takes d6? Well, so I've had this position, I know, on chess.com, and I remember a Title Tuesday when I've had, where my opponent just played knight f3. I think this was a GM, if I'm not mistaken. My opponent just played the natural knight f3, and it looks like here you're up a really clean pawn. Why do we play bishop c5, by the way, hitting f2 and coaxing e3? Well, we coax e3 because this bishop, which looks well developed, actually, we're making sure there's no way out. And the key point of knight to e4 is this other idea I really love on my channel that I use in a lot of gambits, is pressuring this bishop. So I play your g5, right? You don't have the e5 square, you don't have the e3 square, so there's no way out. The secret of knight e4, the secret of knight to e4, and it's an idea we also use in this line, like knight f3 and knight to e4 here. This might look familiar, in g5, right? So knight on e4 is actually defending g5, not with the h-pawn, because the h-pawn needs to be free to play h5. Right? And so you look at this position, it's like, okay, the bishop's getting trapped, right? Here doesn't do anything. The bishop's getting trapped with h4, and it's the same idea. Like, you need to play h3 to create a square, and as soon as you play h3, now I take it, because you can't play h takes g3. You must play f takes g3, and now you're just screwed here, because you have to play king f2 to defend this, and this is just a total disaster. So the exact same thing's going to happen in this line, right? So e5, it's the same exact idea. You play knight f3, we're making sure there's no way out for your bishop, and by the time you realize it's way too late, I'm defending here, other h-pawn is free. Now we're coming to trap you. By the way, have I not played this game? This before? I feel like I played this position. No games found. Okay. h5, I'm coming to trap you. You need to play h3 to create a square and to run away, but now I'm going to take it. And so now everything is hanging and you're screwed. So awesome line. Awesome line here. With the Deceiver Gambit against the Trompovsky, playing knight e4, e5, bishop takes e5 is an option as well. We actually are looking at similar ideas here, and like f6, g5, h4, and still running the bishop out of squares. So really great stuff. Subscribe. Wow, what a great start to 2026. Two sick games. e4, c5. Oh, my opponent berserked back. C3, they played this. I kind of want to play a Yan Yan Gambit. Are you sure you don't want to do this? Are you sure, chat? Play... No. Oh, they are sure. Okay. Oh well. Alas. Alright, we'll just do something else. We'll just have to do something else. Alright, so now the moves I've played are kind of weird and uncoordinated. Whoa, speaking of weird and uncoordinated. I don't really get it. I don't really get it. I mean, it's just an invitation. Check, I can trade in bishop f2 if I want. It's just an invitation. I accept. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. Is Lichess not recognizing that I'm streaming right now? It's kind of not. Okay, they give this check, but I think it's just losing immediately. I just trade and bishop f2, and it's just going to be two things attacked. It's just two things attacked here, so I'm not really sure. I mean, they had to just come back, and then I don't know, I was just going to attack you. Castle there. I wanted to play a Yan Yan Gambit this game. Alas. They gave the queen. This is the move they just played. Nice. Respect it. Respect it. Mucho respect. Yes, yeah, you can hold it on a dark square. It's hard for me to challenge the dark square, I guess. You did give your queen for the dark square bishop. Just watching the latest episode of Drag Race Canada when you went live. I am Canadian. I didn't know they had such a show. The reference is a poem by Lewis Carroll called Jabberwocky. Nice. Alright. You do have an outpost. I have to give you that. It is indeed one of the outposts of all time. I don't know. I just want to kick you. Let's undermine this. Yum. Maybe let's go here. Attack the bishop. Are the glasses for when I find a gambit? The glasses are for when I play a gambit. Good question. Good question. I guess they take, and then... Is this a problem? Okay, we'll go here. Is this annoying? Take. I'll probably just give my queen in that position for the rook and the bishop. Alright, I think we've got you trapped now. I just need a little bit more support. The glasses are for when I play a gambit. They're the gambit glasses. They give me superpowers. The power of the gambit Chad flows through me. And flows through you, too. It's sort of like this mystical energy, you know? But you're only allowed to use them when you're down material. That's the rule. Yeah, anytime we got a gambit on the board. Anytime. This is not going anywhere. For example, right now, I'm up material, so no. 1v1 me, rock, paper, scissors. You choose rock. I choose scissors. Did I win? Rats. Seems like a tough choice there. I guess this is gonna open. Why am I even thinking about this? I kind of want to, like, just get rid of this stupid piece. Just gonna come around and, like, checkmate you. Still not going anywhere. Guess there's some sense to that. I don't know, I'm just trying to open this. Okay, I could have sworn they were going to give me that check at least. Alright, well, they managed to save their bishop. I think we're on to bigger and better things, though. We're on to bigger and better things. Rook b7 would be a good pre-move. Nice. Really clever. Really clever. I didn't see that coming at all. Wish I could have seen that coming. You got me. These guys are so bad. Playing who I get paired against, bro. You are against me, so don't worry, you will lose. Were you the guy I just played? You're right, I wasn't worried. Told me not to worry, and I wasn't worried. It was good advice. If you told me to worry, on the other hand, that wouldn't have been good advice. Elo, I could, I guess you're watching on YouTube, so it's smaller. I could make sure my Elo is shown. Oh, Bushgas Gambit. I'm trying to offer this pawn. Take my pawn. Does not want my pawn. Well, actually, this is kind of going to be an important concept. So I'm not playing h6. This is actually going to be interesting in another sense, and really instructive. I'm not playing h6 for very good reason. For very good reason. So, I know, and I want to talk about this. So let's play c6. Let's keep the knight out of here. I'm not playing h6 because if they castle that way, so now they've castled this way, and so I'm willing to play h6. Okay? Well, actually, there's a couple things. Okay, I'll play h6. But I wasn't going to do it because they could castle this way. And if they castle long, then I wouldn't want h6 included because they could go g4, g5 to attack, as you would do on opposite side castles. Okay, they came back, which is kind of interesting. But they would go g4, g5 as you do on opposite side castles, and it would give them a hook to trade pawns and then attack more easily. So as soon as they castled, then I'm willing to go h6. I can explain this better after the game. So bishop e3 is played. I do want this pin. This pin seems annoying. I do also want knight d7, though. So I'm a bit conflicted here. I did expect this. Let's go bishop g4. Because if I take and then give this pin, it's not as effective. Because you can go queen d2 with the rook fortifying that. It's not really a big deal. I'm actually really prepared to go knight takes g4 in this position. I think this pin is brutal. I think this pin is brutal and really no way out. Yeah, I could go bishop g6 right now, but I think this gives them kind of a lot of space. So I'm actually going to go for this sacrifice. I'm not sure if it's totally sound, but it's really hard to get out of this. You'll note it's really hard to get out of this, and I can add pressure kind of pretty easily. King h8 and f5, for instance, gives the rook. I need to get out of the way to move that pawn. And now I'm going to hit you here. So king h1. Notice I haven't taken here, right? Then the rook would defend, and then they'd be able to get out of this easily. So, okay. So f5 is... Like, if I could play queen f6 right now, it actually forces the king right to g2. That's literally the only move in that position. Not really the knockout blow I was looking for. They have rook g1, which is their next move. What I'm thinking is, in that position, I kind of just... Well, they want this. That's what they want, right? So if I go king h8 or g1, f5, for example... It's good, but potentially is better. So queen f6, king g2, queen g6... Yeah, let's go with king h8. I like this. So this is their idea, right? There's another idea I had even of this, but just king g2. That's nothing. So this is another idea. Here, f5. Okay, let's just play f5. I think they should take it. I honestly think they should take it. Because now we're going to coordinate here really strongly. This is an interesting inclusion. Take, check here. No, not the best. Let's just trade. So ef5. What did I want there? ef5. I think we're just backing up. And I want to just put a lot of pressure right there. This is interesting. This is an interesting idea. I didn't consider it. Trade queen h4. I didn't consider this at all. This is kind of annoying. I do want this. Okay, we gotta go for this. I have a choice. Because I need this defended. For example, like in this line, check here, takes e4, hitting on f2. I needed it coordinated, and I didn't have that. I needed like this protected is what I meant. So... Alright, let's just back this up. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. This is not according to plan. I messed this up somewhere. They found some really good resources, actually. They really, really did. This was a yeah. Wait. No, this was not smart. Because now I have check, or potentially even better, we can double. But I have check and just winning this. Oh shit, I just have no time. I had check and just winning that. Spent too much time. Berserk to spend time. Okay, let's just take this, though. Can we win this really quickly? I think they had me up until that moment. I think they were playing really well. "23 seconds versus 8 minutes. Plenty of time, right? Wait, rook f2? No. No. Rook f1. Take check. It's also a no. Just bring the knight to g4. Oh, really? For a second in my head, they could castle long. Of course they can't. They literally castled short earlier. Just overwhelm right there, right? If I trade it... just take in rook e3. No, can't do that. My queen's hanging. So we just need to attack it even more. Oh, really? Seems like a dumb move. It's actually... trying to get there. I think they should give that. If they don't, then they're just... could get mated. Leave a3, for example. a3 is interesting. Oh,
4, 3.
No, what was the win there? Queen g3 was smarter.
2.
Oh. I'm just gonna flag, but this is winning, obviously. Sucks.
One.
On the off chance that's checkmate.
0.
Ah, almost actually. Go to f5. Oh, wait. I thought that was mate. I thought that was mate. This is doable with all pre-moves. They don't have to give me all pre-moves, though. They just need to throw one thing in my way. They're making all reasonable moves. They just need to give me one pre-move prank. Ah. They just need to throw an e5. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. See, I didn't know whether pre-move that or that. Okay, nice work, nice work. I mean, obviously this is completely winning, but yeah. I mean, I spent too much time there. Spent too much time there. They got me. They got me. All right, next game. Well defended. Made me spend some time. Made me spend some time. What's up, Gambit Chads? A lot of new people joining the chat. We play exclusively Gambits on this channel. Exclusively Gambits you've probably never seen before, or your opponents have never seen before. I offer the full repertoires, and then I play them against everyone. Titled players, random people unleash us. I take no prisoners. You'll probably see a new one right now. Best part, well, the best part is that they're Gambits. Also, the best part is the information surprise advantage and putting on our Gambit glasses. Let's play an Alapin Gambit against the French. Take my pawn, baby. Yeah, you guys are commenting some moves at some moment I just saw. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I missed a few things. My opponent didn't take this pawn. I can give them another chance to. I kind of want you to. I don't know what you're doing here. In a French, you would never play c6. The point is to put the pawn on c5. Okay, now they take it, because I think I'm taking back. Let's try to get a Gambit on the board, though. There we go. Gambit on the board. Down a pawn. When we're down a pawn, we put on our Gambit glasses. We put on our Gambit glasses. Oh, and this is going to be a tried and true attack if you just castle short in this position. Typically, we have this position just without these moves included. Ah, but they are delaying this. Smart, because if you castle, I'm just going to kill you. I'm just going to kill you with pressure there. And so they are trying to arrange a long castle, which is not easy to do. It takes a few moves and some awkward squares, but potentially safer. I have a couple things I can do to you in the meanwhile. Some include some pressure, some include some other pressure, some include some other pressure. Queen g3 seems the most compelling, because the only purpose of you would be if I were to break through. It just doesn't seem possible with all this fortified down this way. So queen g3 also takes away where you want to put your queen. And I'm threatening g7, sort of. Okay, they're really committing that way. But it's gonna be difficult for you. I'm gonna make sure of that. So I got a few ideas. About how to make your life as hard as possible. A4, A5 is, like, pretty straightforward as these things go. This is another one. Just check, trade. It's kind of interesting. This is another one, but it doesn't really trap the queen once you move the bishop. So, among them all, I like A4, A5. It's just kind of like another thing and keeps me really flexible. Knight E5 is also really compelling. But it's just like, what can I attack? I'm looking at their whole position. Everything's defended, other than this pawn, which they're about to do that. G6. Okay, do your thing. I'll just probably play A6. Take it if you want. But where are you going? You played rook G8. So if you want to stay here forever, that's fine. Yeah, I have A6 right now. I have A6, and then we can talk about trapping your queen. All right, let's play... Wow, I got so many good ideas. Bishop F4, I guess there's an H5, right? So this is annoying. As these things go, this is probably not what you want to face. I can throw an A6 at any moment. A6 and taking here. Did I just allow this move? Then A6 back. What's up there? I got some pressure here. That was kind of like my other idea. What's up here? Queen C7, A6 here. I can play knight takes D7. That's actually a good move, because queen takes G3, then I would trade, and then I would win a piece. So you would have to go queen takes D7 in that position. And yeah, you're never getting your king out. I just want to make sure you never get to safety. As long as I make sure of that, then I have just all the time in the world to like build up whatever it is I need to do to kill you. Whether that's F file or E file, eventually it's going to be the rooks that'll seal the deal. There's G5, lots of pressure here. Like take and then something like that. So yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a tough position. Yes, I'm down a pawn. It's just going to be a really tough position as long as... So they play your C5. Maybe I should have played A6 last turn because now the bishop has some freedom. The downside of C5, though, is your king is still there. Did I forget to mention that your king is still right there? So let's throw in an A6 for good measure. Let's throw that in for good... Well, is it good measure? Yeah, it's good measure. Because bishop D5, you're trapped, actually. I guess you... No, it takes... This is still hanging. It's bishop C8. Maybe that helped them. I don't know, because I was going to attack them there. But yeah, the king is still in the middle. The king is still in the middle. So like something like this, and then even just bishop takes D7, really simply, and then killing you on F7. Or bishop B5 and taking F6, killing you here. But it's a pin because your king's in the middle. So I can get you a lot of different ways due to that fact. You need to arrange a castle. The problem with short castle, I mean, I think what they've played is worse. Yeah, so C4 just straight up traps the bishop. It just straight up traps the bishop. The question is this even better? The answer is maybe. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I played A6, so you don't even have A6. It's kind of funny. And now, among a few threats, I have C4. I have pressure here. But rook takes F6. Takes into killing on D7. But yeah, king in the middle is just going to be toast. My king's been a non-factor this whole game, and as long as I can keep you here, you're never getting to safety, and there's always all these ways for me to get you. So that pin is a good idea, because my knight was going to do a lot of damage. So that pin is indeed a good idea. I think I have a few good moves. I like here queen f2, because this knight wants some freedom, especially after trading, and now it will not get any of that. In fact, the clearest threat of all is just take on d7 and now take on f7. c4 is also a good move. Bishop had no squares. Again, the knight can't afford to move from its important duties. Yeah, when you played g6 to relieve pressure here, the big problem was also this knight. Yeah, as I was saying about the short castles, I mean, it looks like it makes the most sense. They did a lot to try to avoid it. But I was going to play queen h4, and with the pressure on h7, it gets really brutal. The knight is totally frozen. Can't play h6, I'm going to take it. And then otherwise, I'm just going to pile up on this knight and then try to sacrifice and mate you here. So eventually that forces a g6 if you can't play h6, right? h6 I sacrifice if your king is there. My queen on h4 coordinates beautifully with this bishop. Your bishop is not doing anything. My light square bishop is cooking. And that's exactly what we gambited for. And we've been able to keep the power of the gambit glasses on this whole time because as they rattle their bishop back and forth in futility, because we are down a pawn. We are down a pawn, which is all we need. So it takes king f8, bishop h6, rook g7. I mean, that's not so fun for you. Knight takes d7, I think, is potentially the most straightforward with f7 hanging. So bye-bye queen. Bishop had to be on h6. Why did it have to be on h6? Just cuz? Oh, sorry. I'm just reading the chat. I love you, GambitMan. Aw, Ace Bear. I love you too. Put bishop to g5. Check your bishop's position. How are you so good? What is your elo? Y'all are so sweet. Rook g7. Can I satisfy my chat's burning desire for a cool checkmate? Maybe. Here. Take. That seems good. This also seems good. I don't know, chat. I'm trying for you. Alright, I think I should just take this. It's double check. You only have one legal move. We're up a good bit of material here. A good bit, I might say. Let's go another check, maybe. Bishop all the way to h6. I will grant your wish of a bishop on h6. Well, okay, maybe right after I trap you. 39 seconds. It's not a lot of seconds. Good thing we're 2 pieces ahead. I'm still... They're still up the 1 pawn. No, they're not even up the 1 pawn. Oh, wait, yeah, they are. They got 7, I got 6. Alright, but I'm about to go 3 pieces up. This is generally what happens with the gambits, right? It's just like the position's just so overwhelming that, like, the 1 pawn I was down... Should I recapture? No. Chat really wanted me to put it here. I gotta put it there. Chat really wanted that. Queen takes. Lots hanging. I just gave the 1 pawn. No, I mean, this is kind of what I'm saying. Like, if your position's just so good. D3 I have bishop back, right? Bishop. I also could take it. So, then my queen will be free. I mean, they really haven't gotten any of my pieces. It's kind of their problem. So, okay, they went there. Knight f6, I think, is dealing the seal. No, they have queen. Okay, let me just take more stuff while I think about things. They have this. Let's check. Ah, wait, 9 seconds. Alright, let's be quick here. They have a check. Feels like a safe pre-move. I don't know. Just That's fine. There we go. All right. Good game, good game. Hope you guys liked that one. Hope you guys liked that one. All right, that was a nice game. By the way, if you guys follow or subscribe, your name will show across my stream and like ding, and I'll give you a shout out. All right, fun tournament. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, y'all. Let's keep rolling. Y'all want to see more rapid? Let's play regular blitz. Do some regular blitz. That'll be cool. Rapid or blitz? Comment 5-0 or 10-0. Comment 5 or 10, whichever you want to see. Hey William, I started playing the Goring and Von Hennig because of you. While I played in 1510, do I think it's a viable choice for 3022? Yes, I do. Love playing them. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Happy New Year to you too. I think it's great. Grafe, I want to tell you I've played so many games with that LC0 Gambit as white with H5. And it's fun. The reverse Leela Gambit, love it. Thoughts on the Lewis Gambit? That's just like E4, E5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, d4, I want to say. I got 2 for 10, 1 for 5. Someone give me a tiebreaker. Another 5. Oh, wow. 5's now leading 3-2. Did I know Evan Rabin is in jail? Whoa, I did not know that. I did not know any of the things you are writing. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Sorry. Anyway. 5 or 10. Wow, guys, it's literally 3 for 10, 3 for 5. You are the tiebreaker. I'm talking to you who are watching this chat right now and want to see either slower or faster chess. You must write 5 or 10. This is game 7, 3-3. Next vote wins. Bishop had to be on h6. That is funny. That is funny. But I appreciate all you guys writing about how these gambits are working for you. It's awesome. It's awesome. Join the Discord community. All right, I'm getting some more votes for 5. Join the Discord community where we share games. We share opening ideas and more. By the way, is my stream not... Is my stream... Someone berserked against me. Oh, I'm playing a 23-31. Okay, I'll deal with this later. Well, I'll berserk as well. All right, 2.5, 2.5. 2.5, 2.5. Yan Yan Gambit. Ah, I got a knight f6. Okay. Do something else. Do something else. Abstinence Gambit? Would you like my pawn? This is offered by Mr. Highly Cruciferous, the one and only, on my channel. Lady 6 declined it. I'll give you another chance. Okay, that seems like a pretty logical setup. Seems pretty logical. Alright, let's just play d4. So I got the pawn on f4. I got the pawn on the other side of this knight. So now if you play d6, I can just kind of ignore. Bishop out. Why not? Got this nice little setup. Be knight c3 here. Knight b4. Now my bishop can go back if need be. Also, I would love to put a pawn there and clog up that diagonal. Is this... Nope, not a good idea. Where to go? Let's come all the way back. This seems like a good diagonal. If trade... I'd be okay with that. So, let's just go bishop. Do you want that pawn? No, I'm not just going to give you that. I need to defend it. So, I would go pawn takes. We'll go pawn takes, and then when you go knight back, and then I would try to drive you out. F5 is interesting. I'll just castle. Just castle for now. Yeah. So a3, they would trade, and then I want to make sure I have c4. Oh, I can't do that yet. Okay, let's play a3. So we make this trade, and then you come back, but now I play bishop d3, and I just want to come here. Could take this pawn. They didn't want it. I think they should have taken it. Because now this is what I wanted. And now, knight c7, I kind of want to just run you over. Let's go... Well, there's bishop b4. Bishop b4 is compelling, but so is, like, just this. d6, they'll play. I will just go here to defend my dudes. a5 next. Knight takes? Yeah, maybe a little knight takes action in there. F takes also good. Let's just do this. I quite like my position. It's not like completely winning, but it's certainly better. Let's get out the way, but that's good too. I was getting out the way of something that wasn't even real. Probably a5, b5. It's not like they have b5. Knight d5 they could play, just because this is hanging. Oh, but no, that move suggests itself. Let's just step up. Not a lot of time. c5. That's an idea. I'm trying to come up with something here. I'm not totally sure what to do. Attack. This would be a nice position to have a little bit more time. Alas. This is hanging. I'm not a huge fan of my own move there. No, no, no. This is... oh, my goodness. They didn't even checkmate me. The heck? A2 is hanging. Ah. This was really poorly played. This was really, really, really poorly played. Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I liked my position a lot out of the opening, but it was just like, just became kind of a time scramble. And I forgot about mate threats. William, do I get paid more for you to watch on Twitch or YouTube? It's really not much either way. I get paid for you to subscribe on Twitch or be a super on YouTube. That's really it. Good question. YouTube gives me a little bit more of a split of the ad revenue. But really not much. So whichever you prefer, whichever platform you prefer. If you would like to be a super, let's switch up with a Budapest Gambit like we were talking about. Oh, no. You said no. Or if you would like to be a subscriber on Twitch, you get priority to play me when I do playing viewer streams. And furthermore, get special emotes. Your chat messages are highlighted and such. I will see it first. You're already subbed on Twitch. Appreciate you. Should have played 10s, so less time pressure and you can talk more about the games. Oh, tens. Tens. Yeah. Well, I really went against that by berserking here, didn't I? Let's play a 5. Let's play an e4, f5. So this makes a lot of sense, because these pawns are pointing here, so I really want f5, giving me space on this side of the board. My bishop is also well pointed here. Knight d2 is kind of weird. I don't want to help you by making that trade. I like this. It's kind of interesting just to play f takes e4. Kind of interesting because okay, I mean, I just want to go here. I just want my queen to hang out there, basically. There's no knight on f3, so she's just gonna hang in there. Not super useful anymore, are you? But I mean, this is kind of like a pretty straightforward idea. And just take it on h3. Should I just do that? Like, I could like actually bring my pieces and all the good stuff, yada yada. But should I just come checkmate you? I got 3 useful pieces. Is that enough? I traded off for kind of your one most useful piece. So, okay, if I come here and h3 and I take, and that's all she wrote. I just check on... Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to run away. Also, f4 wasn't a good move at all. I take... Do you remember this guy? Remember him? Remember him? Yeah, well... You forgot about him, didn't you? I don't know what you do here if you're white. You have no good pieces, no good defensive resources. What can I even recommend? Sacrifice here kills you in every case I can fathom. You can't bring pieces across. And like your knight on a4, like, are you kidding? Doesn't even help. I don't know. Rook e1. No, obviously can't even do that. So yeah, I think this was over. Yeah, the f takes e4 is really interesting. It really goes to show how important this knight is to defense for your king. Because without it, and f takes e4 is even better because like it locked down that square, locked down this pawn, opened the file, and more than anything, opened up bishop takes h3. f4, I guess, was slightly helpful as these things go. But, okay, this is just mate in 2. I mean, the bishop was at least defending something. Take allowed you to run away, sort of. Not really. There was nothing to survive there. There was nothing to survive. Yeah, I mean, just h3. I was just take it, take and check, and mate. So that was that. En passant, true. Oh man, if en passant was forced there, then I would have lost my attack. You're already subbed on Twitch. Appreciate you. What elo? What else I can show? Oh, shout out to Ymir with the sub. How can I put that higher, actually? This thing is there. Okay. Let's just play. Yeah, let's do that. Shout out to Ymir with the sub. I'm trying to play a yin-yang gambit. Like this, and then I can take my pawn. No? These people just want to hand me the whole center. Okay, if you insist. I mean, why'd I put the knight here? It should be here. We'll figure something out. Knight c6. I'll bring the knight to c2. It'll be slick. Alas. Just kind of gave me the whole middle. Alright, well, the next thing I'm going to try to do is e5 and open up something here. So, I think e5 and queen e4 to follow. Similar idea of a pawn e5 dislocating that knight. Now it might be more effective if I can checkmate you here. But, alright, well, it's not game over. Bishop's not on b7 yet. So knight comes d5, queen e4. Don't lose your rook while I threaten checkmate. The nice thing about queen e4 is there's no f5 now, because you can't go knight takes f6 with the rook hanging. So this is well timed. Knight on a3, not the most useful move of all time. g6 forced, right? You had no f5 there. Which also, had its drawbacks. Okay, so now we gotta think about how we're gonna handle these things. So bishop h6, I mean, it kind of suggests itself. It's not like the only move in the universe. but I'll just play it. I mean, this is kind of going to be the big idea, right? This is going to be the big idea. Because this knight's not going anywhere. I mean, rook d1 makes sense, of course, but this knight's not going anywhere. This is what's going to get you. h5, queen g4, and just sacrificing here. That's how we're getting through. Bishop f8. I'm not sure that is the flex you think it is, as the kids say. Not sure that dark square bishop trade is what you wanted. That was potentially one of your only good pieces. Now I play h5. Okay, so f takes g6, I understand, comes across. And my knight really shouldn't be on a3. If it came to e4, then that would be nice, right? Would be nice, alas. Okay, let's go. Let's shift over queen g4. So bishop b7 was inevitable, and it was going to be defended, so had to get out of the way there. As far as sacrifices go, probably not the move yet. So like knight g5. Okay, let's just defend here as I think about knight g5. Knight g5, take this move. I don't have to sacrifice here because it's just queen g7 at the end, right? If I take now, that's sort of what I wanted. Then take. Check. Oh. Wait. F4? I need that. Let's go F4. 19 seconds. Do you have this? Ooh. No, I should have taken. Okay, I think we're through, but not with a ton on the clock. Queen g7, h6. I go check. Oh, there. Bye-bye, queen. Nice. Got him with 7 seconds. Tough one there. I think they actually defended pretty stubbornly. Yeah, the knight on a3 was not well placed. I mean, a knight on e4 could have been a deal breaker or something to trade off here. But we got through. I mean, I was starting to take h7. This was clever. And g5. Maybe they had an opportunity here to play f5. It's kind of tricky because the point being knight takes f6, and all of a sudden we got some dudes attacked. So could have been interesting. Yeah. GG. Berserk Addict, yeah, for real. For real, I was trying to climb up the leaderboard here. Let's try and... Alright, let's take a chill this game. Let's take a chill. Bushgas Gambit. I almost lose by time. Almost. Horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend. Horseshoes and hand grenades. Alright, want my pawn, bro? What do you guys think about music versus no music, by the way? What are your thoughts? comment below. Let's go c6 d5, why not? Because I was experimenting with music on some past streams, but typically I'm a no music kind of guy on my streams. As they finally take my pawn. It's the first time someone actually took on e5 this whole stream. Gambit glasses on, baby. Happy New Year to you as well. 2026, baby. We're in the next quarter of this century. Big stuff. Take. Not a lot to do. This could be fun, but probably not a good idea. Could go rook e8, but just d4 solves their problems. I'll go take, see if I can throw in like a queen e7 kind of thing. Yeah, they just do that. That's kind of what I thought would happen. All right, let's back up. Everyone's too afraid to take the pawn today. That's every day, bro. That's every day. That's just the life of the Gambit man. Everyone talks smack about Gambits. Oh, you can't play that. Oh, Engine says this. Okay, if it's so bad, then accept the Gambit. And they're like, oh, no. It's funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. En passant. Almost. I took here, but they went d4, not from d2, but from d3 rather. But good comment though. I want this, but then they go c4, right? Could go with f6, move. This is an idea. It's certainly an idea. Certainly one of the ideas. Alright, let's just throw it in your face, see what happens. No, but they can just castle. It didn't do anything. No, it was not a good idea. They wanted to do that, though. Okay. Whoa. Okay, whoa. Mission accomplished. Was there something wrong with this? Okay, they just want to be slick like that. They just want to be slick. I see you, Mr. Slick. If I trade, check, win a pawn, win a rook. Maybe while we're at it, we can take. So if king g1, I want to take it. Take here. Ooh, they want to test me. They said, please, William, I want to test you. I say, okay, if you insist. So queen b6. All right, let's make some trades. Pawn takes. Good check. You're not coming back. You're toying with your king like that. You're toying. You're toying with me. There. Okay, let's take it. Let's throw in a little rook e8. This file's not opening, alas. I want to come. I have a rook e4 if I want to add it, but maybe I do because you're gonna go king g1 and then attack here. So rook e4 here. Then you're sliding. Well, I can keep bothering you. King's on f2. I'm gonna make you pay the price for that. I'm not gonna let you just fix your position. I'm not gonna let that happen. Now rook e2. Even though I didn't have good development, we're gonna make good development. We made good development. We developed with tempo. And now, well, pawns are never really the greatest ambition. e2 seems annoying. Seems like not what you wanted to deal with. Because then rook e1 do some creative things. Alright, let's just make some good moves here. Such as... Okay, this is the most annoying, actually. It's just queen b6. It's just queen b6 and attacking here. Because then I'm going to, like, win the rook. Don't tempt me with a good time. Come on. There. No, I mean, it's definitely good. It's definitely good. It's definitely good. I had a few things I could do there. Whatever, this is fine. Queen e3, and I'll just take some pawns. Because you know where good to go with your king. I mean, here you'll just get mated. Queen e3, we'll just go up. Some dudes. D2, and I can just even continue to eat stuff. There's really no reason why I can't. It's quite tasty. I don't know, let's just defend things, play quick at this point. It's not like that was the most effective move in the world. Whatever. It's a totally fine trade. Is this no. Didn't need to let that go. Oh no, it's fine, because I have bishop d5 at the end, attacking the queen in here. It could be an interesting prank. Oh yeah, do it. Oh yeah, take that pawn. Free pawn. Free pawn. Oh, no way! What? How did that happen? How did that happen? Wait, that's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, and they didn't even see that. We totally called that. Oh, that's too good. That is too good. That is too good. And when here, I was like, oh no, pawn. Bishop d5. Yeah, I mean, you got to give your queen here. Here, I'll just take it and go up a rook or something. But, or even better, I have check and then check. Got him. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I do that sometimes. I just kind of call my opponent's moves. It's actually happened a fair amount. It's actually really funny. It is really, really funny. We are vibing. I don't like music until it becomes useful as a reminder the stream hasn't frozen during a tense moment. Reminder the stream hasn't frozen. Real players are at lead chess. This is true. Real players play on lead chess. Facts. Say with your chest. My opponent here is 2369. Not so bad. Not so bad, but you're no match for... Ooh, they played the slick line because they think they're slick. I was gonna say Von and Gambit, but then they played this and they just need a move to play. People who play a6, do they take it next turn? No, they play like e6, right? Or they want me to go here, and they play bishop g4, is my understanding. So I just kind of need like something to do in the meanwhile. Something to do? Okay. I'm not really sure. Yeah, they want this. And they were going to play e6. Play h6 right now. Wish I understood this stuff like you. Well, that's why you watch the stream, right? I'm commentating all my thoughts and Took me many decades to get to this point. No music is best. Although on streams like Mark Esserman, it's basically a meme. What's the meme? See comment. D4, knight f6, bishop f4, d6, knight c3, c5, dx, c5, e5. That's interesting. What are we talking about there? What line is that? Let's play here f3. Let's gambit. Let us gambit. This is a very, very modified von Hennig. D4, knight f6, bishop f4, d6, knight c3. So it's only if you like know they're playing a Jobava. c5, dx, c5. I can't imagine a lot of them will play dx, c5. Don't they always play e3? Speaking of e3. Alright, well, we need this pawn out the way. And I am definitely long castling. Alright, well, like, it's not like their development is very good. Or even existent. They've played a6. They've moved some pawns. I like how I delayed this and stopped this move. Should I strike? I'm kind of skeptical of this. I think I should just take it. Let's just take it for now. See what's up. Let's get a knight there. What do we think? What do we think, chat? Could still do this. I guess there's bishop c5 now. Which is kind of a good move. But like, take knight takes d5. Kind of interesting, right? Take knight takes d5. I mean, I could allow it. Is this that good? Probably not that good. I don't know. I'm just gonna go here, kind of see what's going on. Just go there. Okay, what's up? What's going on here? Take, trade. That's not what I wanted. Do you want to take this? You can. That's why I played King B1, so I don't have to deal with any nonsense. Just crossed my mind. Well, ideas have taken here, just some sort of checkmate. But it's not quite happening, alas. I know, but now I told you guys might get a sense of what goes through my head, and now you're getting that sense. Alright, we just gotta come back. I mean, we're looking at some ideas, though. Pin... Nope. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely an idea. Definitely an idea. If you castle that way, I think they get the sense that they're castling into a bit of a firestorm. Here comes some good stuff. Well, I can't go pawn takes because of this rook, as long as that rook is there. But they're definitely not going this way. Going that way? This is a very poor piece. Lots of light square pawns. That's why they wanted to trade it early. Ooh, ugly. Alright, let's just go here while I think about things. Yeah, okay. G5, G6 is nice. I kind of want to put a pawn all the way on G6, maybe. Or maybe I should go queen takes G5. Queen takes, pawn takes, both reasonable. I don't know what the point of this move was. Didn't do anything to me. King B1 very useful. Yeah, so they're running away. Pawn takes or queen takes? Neither. Right here. Trying to run away. They're trying to run away. That was the point of this move, maybe. To stop C4. Queen up. I will take this. Castles. Take more. I could take it now. Rook takes sort of forced. Queen takes G7. Yeah, it's pretty nasty actually. That's probably worse. Queen c7 then, but you're losing multiple pawns. You're losing multiple pawns there. Queen c7. I think that's what they have to do though. Okay, I take it. They long castle, so they survive. Alas, their position is not good. What to do? I was kind of intrigued by this move, but I didn't make it work. Okay, let's go. Let's just go here. I'm not too proud of how I played that part. Wait, I think they just lost. I think it was drawn if they just kind of held tight there. I was going to press, but... Wait. Maybe a5 and this is kind of my idea. I'll take... And this... Yeah, we're good. It's just two connected passers. GG. Outside passer. Yeah, that's the kind of, I think the important principle there, if anything, because I lost my extra pawn, but I had an outside one, right? And so with an outside one, it's a lot of effort to go take it. Not only is it far to go get it, but it's far to come back. So even here, just taking, I was going to try, well, I understand why they did it. They're sort of going to run out of moves. So you can't move this. You can go here, but then I can just wait. If you go rook h8, maybe I play h6? No, I don't think I can. Rook h8, I can give this check, because if you take it, then I come back and check. So maybe rook h7, so that you can come back there? But yeah, I mean, the problem is they're far, and so, like, now I take it and I box you out. I think this was all winning. But I think it's drawn up until here. No. This was also a mistake, just letting me here. So, they just need to kind of hang tight. I think just king e6 is probably fine. Because king e4, they can hold me away. But now king e4, I get too close, and then that's just immediately losing by force. This was the right move for the record. I think I need to find a4, or else this race gets really close, because they're also coming here. But a4 is really nice because of the threat of just taking and cleaning up, or even just a5, and then promoting really quickly. So, okay, interesting endgame. Interesting endgame. So far, 2 for 2 in getting people to take. Oh, in that line, d4 and f6. Nice, nice. I like that little gambit. Post that on in the study links. Post that in our Discord. By the way, the Discord, guys, totally poppin'. Really vibrant community where we share games, opening ideas, more. Let's totally join that. Brian Bailey with the sub on YouTube. I see. Appreciate you. This is why we love watching you live. Appreciate it. Excuse me. All right. Facing a Philidor. Alright, yeah, let's play like this. Better. What do we got? What do we got? Delaying that knight's development is kind of interesting. Can't go here because it's just vulnerable to hits. Guess this. I want this. Bishop f4, I'm just asking for e5, right? Bishop e3, I'm asking for knight g4. Here they could play h6. But then I was like, okay, I'll step back. And knight f6, I'll play h3. And I'll just kind of target the h6 pawn. Be like, okay, maybe you can't castle because the rook's busy defending. Okay, they do go for this. This is potentially annoying. e5. Knight somewhere. And then even like knight d5. Could be. I'm pretty satisfied with queen d2. I'm pretty satisfied with my position there. But I'll go for this. I don't know. It feels like this would be the right time to do it. Then in f3, much better place than a pawn. Pawn on f3 would make more sense for like queen d2, keeping an a out of g4, and then going for like this. But knight f3 is well suited for an e5 hit. Right up the gut. Thank you for the sub. That looks like Cyrillic characters, but I appreciate you. Knight goes back to g8. I think they're really concerned about knight d5 and not having a defense here. So, okay, well. I guess what we do is we attack d6. If I take and attack it, then the queen escapes, right? If I go here, I guess d5. If I go here, I guess d5. Potentially the most annoying option. Alright, yeah, queen e2, looking for a long castle, maybe an e6. As mean as that is to this bishop, but I think looking to open this up makes a lot of sense. Really not making it easy. Like any sort of capture there gives them a way back out of this. But I'm not looking to give them that way. So h6. Where will we put this? Back, g5, back. Threatening now to take d6. They play g4. h4. d5, yum, right? I mean, e6 also good. But yum. I mean, I have to go for this yum because, like, any sort of opening here seems good for me. Like, that's where I'm going to be castled. My rook and queen are going to be pointing. So if you want to make this trade, I'm all for it. Now, e5, I got to think about what I'm going to do. I don't have any real tricks because this is going to be check. I could take here and grab a little pawn. Do I want that, though? e5. I think we just take by pawn, queen d5. Maybe I do grab this pawn. Because maybe it's more than a pawn. Because like queen c7, 85. And if 6 is the check annoying. The check could be annoying. Bishop d7. Trade, trade. Potential. Knight e5. Other interesting move there is castles. They just go for this. Okay. e6 take. It's probably a no. Let's just move it. I mean, now when we're talking about e6, this is pretty legit. h6, e6. I should probably just go back like a normal person, though. All right, I mean, some clean material. I guess bishop e6 now. Maybe they hold this at bay, which is kind of annoying. Maybe my knight should have been on f4. Ah, they go here. Okay, well, it's not at bay any longer. Queen d2? What do you think about this move, though? I think it doesn't really get me anywhere, actually. So let's just play something logical like queen d2 so we can free up our pieces. Our light square bishop is needed. Knight on d6 would be nice, but I can't get it there before this castling. Knight's going to move, not to g4, it's out of squares, so to f5, but then it's also out of squares. Oh, I actually didn't realize this move was so good. Are you having to go back to g8 for the second time? That's so brutal. That's so brutal. It's literally came here, then had to go back, and now it's coming here and has to go back. Oh my goodness. I'm so not sorry, actually. So knight e4 trying to get there, but queen d5 is actually a good move. I have to worry about this. I mean, probably something normal, right? Or d5. Make a trade. Check here. d5, trade. Could. I mean, honestly, I'll just go here. Like, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? They got to go here, that way. That's the answer. Coming back. Ah, that way. Yeah, I mean, I do lack control of these squares, actually. These pieces are kind of annoying. That is where I would want to be. Is that my breakthrough, then? This is playable now. I don't have to deal with queen d5, which was really bothersome. I'm going to come to c5. My knight was guarding d5 square from the queen. So now we can come in here a little bit. Queen a5, something. Yeah, I mean, it really is just a pawn. Like, it's not like I had anything more than that. It's not like I got anything more than that out of the opening. Yeah, that way. Queen a5, king b8, bishop a6. That goes crazy, right? Queen a5, attacking here. Is this annoying? e6. Trying to get something there. Bishop a6. Nice move, right? Takes, fork. Otherwise, look at these pieces working together. How do you guard b7? I can't move. Maybe you move the knight. I guess I trade queens and then eat it. Or just back there. Yeah. And I'm hitting there and there. Here, let's dodge that queen trade. Pinned, hit another time. Whew. What do you do? Just flag. That's what you do. I guess b5. No, b5 I take it. Go knight a6. Check. Next turn. Fork. Yeah, because I was attacking here and here. So there, and then I just take this. Then again, knight a6. Yeah, nice little combo there. Queen a5, forcing the king over to b8, so that I can go bishop a6 into a fork. This pawn cannot move, blocked by its own knight. And I'm just going to take it and then kill you. Nice little combo. Nice little combo. Appreciate you. I can teach you how to play chess if you want. I think that might be one of the better comments I've received ever. I appreciate it. I'll probably take you up on that offer. Someone commented flag. Stune Pawn is my Elite Chess username if you want a real game of chess. Wow. Y'all are choosing violence today. if I want a real game of chess. Unrelated to the prior comment I received, which read, I can teach you how to play chess if you want. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, knight d2, not sure what to do with that. I guess I'll stop e4. Kind of lame. Just go. Are you stonewalling me though? Maybe. I do have have streams where I play my viewers. Bonus points if you are subscribed or following, you get priority. So stay tuned on Discord for announcements of viewer streams. Join the Discord, just via the link tree right there. Could play c6. I think that's like kind of most logical. But c6 is like what I would do if there was an on c3, and that would parry the knight. So I can kind of like be a little bit more ambitious. I think now is the time to do that when my bishop's still on f8, or else I would have to move twice. Moving once is cooler. I want to take on d4 and force e takes d4. E takes d4 gives them nothing because their knight is stupidly placed on d2, blocking this. h4. Okay, I was going to go here. I guess I encourage a queen b3. I encourage some queen b3 stuff. g4 here. That way. Alright, I mean, I don't want this. I could take. I mean, I think this pawn is a big problem, like after like knight c6 or dc4, but I don't want to allow that. Okay, I'll go here. It's kind of interesting. I go see if this. If f3, I was going to maybe move my knight. You go there. I don't think that's a great move. Not really too intimidated by that. Knights on h4 are really stupid, just for the record. Knights on h4, h5, if you ever do that and don't make this trade immediately, it could be a problem. Like, for example, in this position, I probably should have gone knight here. Right? Look how annoying that is to defend now. You gotta go right back. I probably should have done that. Probably should have done that. Now, I don't have any such tricks. This will defend, so I should come back. I guess g4 if you want. I should have come here. Okay. I mean, the thing is, you've opened up your king a lot, and h6 is fine. For me, this is hanging. And, well, the center can open too, by the way. Just a Twitch chatter. Your comment is in red, I guess, because you are a subscriber. Happy New Year. How have you been? See, that's actually a really sweet message. I'm going to get to that in a moment. I have so many haters. I also have so many lovers. I got such a wide range of commenters. I appreciate all of you guys. Especially the haters. That way. What to do? I could just try and win this pawn. Position looks good. Could do a number of different things here. Ooh, this is something, right? Yum. It's something. a6. 6b5 take. I mean, I could just like win that with a queen trade, but that seems lame. Just kind of like take it in style, bro. So I acknowledge my king might also become a problem. I was just talking smack about theirs. My king could also become a problem here. But to do that, you're going to have to give up your one good piece. And I might checkmate you. Just might. What about this move? Ooh, what do we think? I mean, this also looks slick, but this is slicker. I don't know. Didn't calculate anything, but it seems cool. Queen here. Yeah, I mean, I take your one good piece, right? You have one good piece, and that's it. Also this, by the way. BT dubs. Check. What about? Check. What about? Take queen 4. I mean, there's like so many good moves here. This is one of them. This is completely playable. Because in 82, right? Here, bishop, take. I mean, it's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary, but that's why I love it. No, let's just be real. Let's just be real. Come on, William. Come on, William. Snap out of it. Just go checkmate them. Is that doable? Queen h4, queen d4. Rook h2, king f3. I mean, no way, right? I'll throw this in. Let me think about it. Well, I want... Why do I manage my time so poorly? Here... Here. Here. Then here. Yes. That's what I wanted. I don't know why I made it so complicated, but I did make it work. I also can throw in a check first. I don't think it matters. Yeah, I think they're toast. Queen 5 immediately, but then it's even stronger. No, that was the line I was just talking about. Yeah, this was correct. I did this completely correct. I don't know where else you go other than e5. You can come here. I should go rook b8. Oh, wait, I also have check? No, because you have queen g... No, but they just go there. This is just winning. H4 among other moves. What was my conclusion here? Rook d8 first. Both win, right? Yeah, everything wins here. Because if I can just go queen takes g4, I win. So, just like this or something. 9 seconds is not a lot of seconds.
Five, four, three. Two.
Nice. GG. GG. I guess here extends the game. I actually don't know how I checkmate you so quickly. I mean, it's all quite losing. But we made it in with 2 seconds left. What an attack. What an attack. I'm so sorry to disappoint all the people who offered to give me chess lessons in the chat. So we were winning, but my opponent's not playing so badly. I mean, I'm playing quite well here, minus 0.5. What was their great move here? Queen d1? I guess I can't take it now. Then this is more dangerous. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I was really playing on the edge here. This is all completely winning. I've done every single move right. Wow, wait, I played a crazy good game. This is 96 accuracy. And to here, it's been flawless. F5. This was literally flawless. I mean, rook g3 was actually just a quicker checkmate, which I didn't see. Queen takes g3 and checkmate. d4. Wait, so let me actually look at this again. This was actually my blunder. This was my blunder because I lose my force mate. This is force mate. This is force mate. Here, and just take it. That's it. Here, take. Okay. This was literally the only thing I did wrong. was that? But then they go to c3 anyway, instead it's d1, and then I checkmate them. So, it's kind of funny. This was interesting because, okay, let me actually talk about this game a little bit. Let me talk about this game a little bit, because I think this was a really interesting game. Okay, so they played knight d2. They're going for, like, a specific sort of setup, because now they're threatening e4, and I'm like, no, I don't want to give you that whole center, so I play d5. e3, bishop f5. So I try to take advantage of this. Bishop f5. Before I play e6 and shut the door on the bishop, there's no c4 challenge on this pawn. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to play bishop f5. So when c4 happens, now I play e6, and now I got both bishops active. So when I close the door, my bishop is on this side of the door. Because you played a very unambitious knight d2. You didn't play like c4, like a queen's gambit or something. So I was able to get my bishop here. There's no knight on c3 also, so that could make queen b3, you know, attack here, attack here. That could also be a deterrent to get the bishop out to f5. But with the really unambitious knight d2, I got my bishop to f5. And I got my pawn to e6. So I was pretty happy about how this went. Knight f3. And I could just kind of chill with that. I could play like h6, so then knight h4. You know, I don't have to worry about that at all. Could play like c6 to really fortify this. And then bishop e7 and just really chill. But I wanted to, again, be ambitious. c6 is something I would play if the knight were on c3. Like I was saying. It's something I would play if the knight were on c3. Because that is the distance you want to be from a knight. That is the distance you want to be from a knight if you're a pawn. It takes away these squares and everything. But I played the move c5. Because my goal with this move c5 is that if something like bishop e2 happens, which is kind of what I expected, what I want to do is make this trade, and e takes d4 has no benefit to them in terms of this bishop. In fact, what I'm really expecting is b3. That's what I'm expecting you to do with this bishop, and I'm trying to close that permanently, and now this pawn is a target for me. Right, so that's the trade I was seeking to make. And you could take with the knight here, then I would move it and maybe try to play e5. I mean, it was an idea. I'm not saying this is the world's greatest idea, but I'm trying to be a little ambitious with this move c5. You did something dumb like knight d2, and I'm trying to punish it. So c5, I'm trying to play c takes d4. It has no benefit to you opening the bishop because your knight is there, and it's going to be a target for me. I imagine you going this way. And I want to do it before bishop e7 because if you take me, I don't want to move twice. I want to move once, and I'd be happy about that as well. So c5, totally fine move. They play this really ambitious knight to h4. And like I say about knight to h4, you need to make sure you're making that trade ASAP, because or else the knight can be really, really stupid there. For example, this move bishop e4 is a good move, because if f3, then I probably have some creative stuff. Like, oh, well, saying just bishop g6, actually. I don't know. Are some knight moves not possible? I know this is an idea sometimes. No, it's not the best. Take here. Okay, not the best. But yeah, I was saying like now bishop g6, so now like you take it, h takes g6, and now you've got some problems there. Knight h4 can be good only if you're like definitely making the trade ASAP and it's good for you. Otherwise, this knight is a target in a lot of lines. So you need to be careful about that. I throw in a bishop g4. They throw in queen a4 check, which is, for the record, is better than what I was recommending, queen b3. I guess, oh, because I have this move, which is crazy. But they're not really, yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, you don't want to take my rook here. It's too much oh, it's checkmate? What in the world? What in the world? That's checkmate. Okay, that's wild. So, in the game, queen a4 check. Knight c6 was fine. Knight d7 also playable, but the move I played was actually better according to the engine. With knight c6 here, we play h3 and g4. So they had to do that. They had to do that because if they do something like bishop to d3, now we're talking about lots of problems here. So first of all, I make the trades that I want here. I create an isolated pawn, and this pawn's actually just immediately hanging among other problems. You know, but even if their knight was back on f3, like useful and in the game, this is exactly what I want, playing against that isolated pawn with the stupid knight on d2. So h3. I move that out of the way, g4, bishop g6, so they need to do that to make sure they trade off that knight. Bishop g2 is again necessary to make sure you're defending the rook in this line. Now I make this trade on d4, which is what I wanted to make. They play the interesting c takes d5 capture, take, e takes d4. So again, this is actually also what I wanted, right? This is also what I wanted. This pawn becomes isolated. Their king is a little bit open. I've got that open file for the rook, so it's unclear where I'm going with my king. I could go short, but my rook is actually doing quite well here. I could go long. Could be hard to arrange, and maybe there's some pressure there. So I'm not really sure. I have a lot of options at this point. Rook c8 to play knight f4 is among them, fortifying c6. Bishop e7 and just short castling is also among them. Like if I just do this, I think my position is also really good. This pawn is really weak. I just play something like bishop f6, bring my rooks here, and attack this pawn, which is kind of well, all I wanted was a structural point. But here I'm like, okay, screw pawn structure. Like I'm going after your king. So I play this move a6, which is actually really ambitious because the other thing I was looking at was like queen f6, but a6. Which is interesting because my point is b5, which opens up my king here a lot, but does allow me to grab this pawn right away. So queen b3 not the best, queen b1 better. Because now if I take this, now we're talking about some problems here and here. So they play your queen b3, which is kind of like their first actual mistake of the game. Because now knight takes d4, I guess they thought queen d3 would be better here, and now they've got some pressure, but these pieces aren't very good, and they need a moment to do that. And the bishop is overwhelmed. It needs to defend h3, and it also is here, and there's only one of him. There's only one of him, because I also have this really nice move here, really, really nice move. Maybe they were expecting bishop c5, and then knight e4 comes really nicely, but knight f4 here comes beautifully. The knight, again, dumb on d2, blocking this, and look at this beautiful, beautiful square for the knight. Now hits everything, and opens up the queen's defense of d4. So this is going great for me here, queen e4, and here we get really, really ambitious. f5 first was actually even better. I was considering it. It's even better than what I did in the game. You do have to be careful because there's this. But yeah, you have the combination here, and rook takes h3. Or even taking first. Jesus, jeez, Louise. Oops, not there. But here, rather, with the knights covering and checkmate. So that's nice stuff. That's nice stuff. Instead, in the game, I just go knight takes h3, which I think can't really blame him for. Takes h3, rook takes h3. At this point, I'm up 2 pawns. I'm up 2 pawns, and their king is less safe than mine. But things are still kind of up in the air with my king as well. They play this move king to g2. And I could just go rook h4 like a normal person. And things are still good. But I play the absolute best move again, which is f5. So f5, trying to make sure this queen moves, because the line I'm looking at is queen to h4, but this is hanging with check, among some other issues, but f5 is making this work. So even though I'm exposing my king, don't try this at home, kids, we are getting the queen off of its ideal post, just slightly asking it to scooch onto e5, so now queen to h4 is working very resoundly, with the knight covering e6 here, just enough before it sacrifices itself. And among other things, queen takes g4 is being threatened. So like here, queen g4 ends the game. And then I take their queen on g3. So queen takes d4 had to be played. And now we slide in rook to d8. And this queen, rook h2 there, that's not pleasant either. But the queen needs to guard g4. That's literally just checkmate. So it slides queen to f4. I throw in bishop d6. Slides queen to d4. Those are the only spots to hang on to this spot. I'll note, right? So knight to f3 at any moment doesn't really help them. I just take that. So same even in this position, by the way. I was looking at this, even though I had 9 seconds on my clock. 9 seconds to 2 minutes, 9 seconds. But rook takes f3. Now, you don't even have queen takes f3 because that's checkmate. So king takes f3, I can still take the queen. So that's not helpful. Queen to d4 they played. And yeah, here I was looking at like a number of things. I was just like, what do I do? Rook to g3 check, by the way, as I mentioned before, is the quickest checkmate, and that's forced. That's just completely forced. I slide bishop c7, hitting the queen again, maintaining control over f4. So at this point, they should probably slide queen b4. At this point, hopefully I would have figured out rook to g3. I mean, there's other things to do, but you do have to be careful here. a5, that's check. Right, so you do have to be careful. I think I was looking at rook to d3 in the game, as I recall. Yeah, okay, that is also main 4. I mean, you know it's a good move when queen to f8 check is top recommendation, just to extend the distance to checkmate. Yeah, so, I mean, I just cover f3 here. I just cover f3, and they're just completely toasted. Any rook move, and I will checkmate you on f2. So, yeah, I mean, their position is just completely collapsed. The attack really, really worked really well. We took away all the squares, and, you know, we never gave them a chance to bring out defensive resources. So they tried here with knight f3, just like, bye-bye knight. Bye-bye knight. I'm attacking your queen. You try to counterattack my queen. No, thank you. I just take that knight. It covered h2 for a second, but not really a big deal. Queen takes d8. I mean, what else can you play here with all these mate threats that you're not covering? So queen takes d8, king takes, and they run away. This was a pretty practical choice when I have 4 seconds on my clock, actually. So this was correct check here. I needed to find bishop a5. I needed to find bishop a5 wherein this would lead to mate. I did not. I played bishop f4, thinking that there was some mate here. There's no mate. King d1, yeah, the game goes on. The game actually does go on here. I mean, but, like, not really. Like, this is really brutal. I just go even just g5. Or, I mean, you should be a little careful not to blunder rook d1. But even just g5 here. And like takes f4, that's just a swarm of pawns, for instance. So that's not really much there. But I probably would have flagged before checkmate if that happened. But they played king c3. They played king c3 after, you know, a lot of really stubborn defenses. A lot of really stubborn defenses and not giving me the checkmates I was wanting. Finally, there they do it. King c3. They're trying to blitz that out, and I play queen to c4 checkmate. Good game. Good game. Another great comment. What the F-U-C-K are you doing, bro? You're annoying. Just play a game instead of yapping. S-H-I-T. Are you the same person who offered to give me chess lessons? No, you're not. We got a lot of interesting commenters today. What's up, man? I met you in New York playing some Hustlers. What's up? Another great comment. I hate that I love you. I think a lot of us are here for the yapping. He's analyzing like a normal person. Why is that a problem? I appreciate all you commenters. There's a lot of fun stuff here. There is a lot of fun stuff. All right, well, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed this analysis. Danny Rayhan, thank you for the sub. Go back to it. Oh, we didn't quite win. Someone else won here. All right. Y'all should check the link tree number 1. So the link tree, this is the first link you see. If you just go, or just Google link tree and my name, but it's the first link you should see if you're on YouTube, Twitch, whatever. And first of all, full Gambit repertoire. GambitMan, it's it grippy. I don't speak the same language you guys speak. First of all, full Gambit repertoire. You want to know what to do. Bless me. What to do against the Alakine. You want to know what to do against the London. You want to know what to do against the Caro. You can just find the moves here, click on that, boom, full repertoire right there. Me and a Hexagon. Right there. Other thing, join the Discord. Join the awesome Discord server. The Gambit Chad server itself. It'll be great if I invited you to join. I think I've already joined. But it's great stuff where you can see things like you can share games, you can introduce yourself, tactics, and studies. You know, you guys can contribute to opening theory as well and show me all your awesome gambits that you guys are playing. Can we become friends? Yes, we can. Because also there, you get notified when I go live, YouTubes, you can give me suggestions. Just an awesome community. Like, if you're out here just playing chess on your own, just, like, share your games and stuff in there. Share your games, comment on other people's games. Great stuff. Get notified when I go live. I do play viewers often. I do have versus viewer streams. And, yeah, thanks so much. I'll probably go live again tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Sorry that you hate that you love me.